Athi, I believe you've got a little bit more reaction from us onto what's transpired all of this morning.
Yes, the chief whips have just met, and I just want to hear from the IFP what the discussion was. Of course, this is as the chaos that broke out inside the chamber. What can you tell us about what transpired in that chief whips meeting?
Well, firstly, let me say what happened yesterday and what happened today is absolutely out of order. I mean, there's grave disorder in the House. We all, as political parties, must respect each other's views on certain matters. And we decided today that the chief whips need to meet and work out how we proceed with the sitting. And we've all agreed, except for the EFF, whose position will be made clear now, that we must continue with the sitting and that the President must respond to the issues that were raised yesterday by various political leaders. And that's what we will be doing now.
Where was the EFF chief whip there, Mr. Floyd Shivambu, any representative from the EFF, given the fact that they were the ones raising these point of orders?
The EFF whip, Honorable Shangwini, was in the meeting as well, and she represents the whippery of the EFF.
And they also agreed that the President should then continue?
No, they will express themselves in the next 10 minutes or so in the House. I can only speak for the IFP that we've said that we must continue and give the President an opportunity to respond.
Given the fact that the EFF had been raising these point of orders at the back of the robbery at President Ramaphosa's farm, what then do you make of this particular issue?
Okay, those issues need to be dealt with, but this is not the forum. We are dealing with Budget Vote 1, which is the vote of the Presidency, and we have to proceed and allow the President to respond to the budget vote. Any other allegations or insinuations or whatever else against the President must be dealt with in the appropriate fora, whenever that will be. And the IFP will also pursue the matter and ensure that all matters are investigated and that the President answers to the country as to exactly what happened.
Thank you so much. Reaction from the IFP. We're expecting, of course, the procession inside the chamber to continue. At any given moment now, the President would be able to reply to that debate following the Presidency budget vote. I see the chief whip of the ANC. I don't know if the President is about to actually make his way here, because I can see a presidential protection unit roaming around this particular area, indicative of perhaps the President about to make his way. I do need to remind you then of what had transpired earlier on in terms of the chasing out of the EFF MPs. Naledi Chira has gone to seek medical attention following the way in which she and other MPs were chased out. I don't know if my colleague is planning to show you the arrival of President Ramaphosa coming in back into the chamber. There he is, coming back into the chamber. Mr. President, you're live on Newzroom Afrika right now. How are you doing, and are you going to continue?
They tell me I will, so they've been meeting and they say I should.
The President said they're going to continue despite the disruptions that are taking place. I did try to doorstop him. Of course, he's being flanked by the Presidential Protection Unit, who are definitely escorting him back into the chamber as he's going to continue. Possibly without any interruptions, but we still see some EFF MPs inside the chamber. We do expect them, of course, to continue raising those point of orders, because they're quite adamant not to allow President Ramaphosa to continue speaking without answering questions around the robbery at his farm. But we do know that he will have a media engagement later on here in Parliament, where he'll be answering questions, probably, of course, around the robbery that took place at his farm.